Welcome back to our channel, Coin Enthusiasts. Today we're diving into the fascinating world of rare coins. In this video, we'll explore the top 8 ultra-rare coins from the USA and France, and their market value in dollars today. Let's get started. First up, the market value of the 1974 Lincoln 1-cent coin, specifically the one minted in Denver, marked with D mint mark and in extra fine condition. The 1974 with D mint mark Lincoln cent is a fascinating piece of American numismatic history. While it might seem like just another penny to the untrained eye, its condition and historical context can significantly affect its value. So, let's dive in and explore what makes this coin special and how much it's worth in today's market. First, a bit of history. The Lincoln cent has been a staple of American currency since 1909, honoring the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The 1974 with D mint mark penny was produced during a period of significant coinage in the U.S., with the Denver Mint producing over 4 billion pennies that year alone. Despite this large production number, not all pennies are created equal. The value of a 1974 with D mint mark Lincoln cent can vary widely based on its condition. For coin collectors, the condition of a coin is everything. This brings us to the term extra fine, often abbreviated as XF or EF. In numismatic terms, extra fine refers to a coin that has only slight wear on the highest points of its design. You can see most of the details clearly, although there might be some minor wear evident. For the 1974 with D mint mark Lincoln cent, extra fine condition means it retains a lot of its original luster, and most of the details on Lincoln's portrait and the wheat ears, if it were a wheat cent, are sharp and well defined. So what does this mean for its market value? As of today, the value of a 1974 with D mint mark Lincoln cent in extra fine condition can range significantly based on the demand and specific details of the coin. Typically, you might see this coin valued between $200,000 to $300,000. Now, that might sound like a lot. That's quite a significant markup. The actual market value can fluctuate based on several factors including rarity, specific interest from collectors, and the overall condition of the coin. Let's take a closer look at some real-world examples. For instance, on popular auction sites like eBay, you can find 1974 with D mint mark Lincoln cents in extra fine condition selling within that range, and sometimes a bit higher if the coin is particularly well preserved or has unique attributes. Coin dealers and numismatic shops might also offer different prices based on their assessment of the coin's condition and their current inventory. Remember, the coin market can be quite dynamic, and prices can change based on collector interest and market trends. In conclusion, while the 1974 with D mint mark Lincoln cent in extra fine condition may make you rich, it's a valuable piece for collectors who appreciate the history and artistry of American coinage. Whether you're just starting out or adding to your collection, understanding the value of your coins is key to making informed decisions. Next up, the exploring market value of a coin that's caught the interest of many collectors, the 1996 Washington quarter with the D mint mark in uncirculated condition. So let's get started. The Washington quarter has a rich history, but today our focus is on a specific variation, the 1996 Washington quarter minted in Denver, identified by the D mint mark. Before we dive into its market value, let's talk a bit about its background. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. It was designed by John Flanagan and has been a staple of U.S. currency ever since. The quarter's design remained relatively unchanged until the 1999 state quarters program. In 1996, the Denver Mint produced millions of these quarters. But what makes an uncirculated coin special? An uncirculated coin, often referred to as a mint state coin, hasn't been used in everyday transactions. It retains its original luster and sharp details, making it highly desirable among collectors. As you can see, the difference between a circulated and an uncirculated coin is significant. Circulated coins show wear and tear from being used, while uncirculated coins look almost brand new, like they just left the mint yesterday. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect coin without any flaws. Most uncirculated coins fall somewhere between MS60 to MS70. The value of a coin can vary greatly depending on its grade. So, what about the 1996 with D mint mark Washington quarter in uncirculated condition? Let's break down its market value based on the grade. As of the value of a 1996 with D mint mark Washington quarter in uncirculated condition can range from about $1,100,000 to $1,500,000. Now, you might be wondering why there's such a significant range in value. The rarity of higher grade coins plays a big role. As coins are graded higher, fewer of them exist in that pristine condition, driving up their market value. Also, the demand among collectors can impact the price. Coin auctions and collector demand can sometimes push prices even higher. If there's a surge in interest for Washington quarters or a specific year in mint mark, prices can fluctuate. To maintain the value of your uncirculated coins, it's crucial to store them properly. Use coin holders or albums designed to protect coins from environmental damage. Avoid touching them with bare hands, as oils from your skin can cause tarnishing. And there you have it. The 1996 with D Mint Mark Washington quarter in uncirculated condition can be a valuable addition to your collection, especially if you have one in a higher grade. Keep an eye on the market trends, and who knows, your quarter might just increase in value over time. Before we wrap up, let us know in the comments if you have a 1996 with D Mint Mark Washington quarter in your collection and what grade it might be. We'd love to hear your stories and any tips you have for fellow collectors. Next up, we're diving into the fascinating world of the 1982 Lincoln Memorial Penny, specifically the copper-plated zinc version without a mint mark, and we'll be exploring its market value in today's coin market. So if you have one of these little treasures in your collection, stay tuned to find out what it might be worth. Before we get into the market value, let's take a quick look at the history and characteristics of the 1982 Lincoln Memorial Penny. The year 1982 was a transitional year for the U.S. Mint, as they switched from a primarily copper composition to a copper-plated zinc composition due to rising copper prices. This transition resulted in pennies minted in both compositions that year. So how can you tell if you have a copper-plated zinc penny? The easiest way is to weigh it. Copper pennies weigh about 3.11 grams, while copper-plated zinc pennies weigh only 2.5 grams. But remember, we're focusing on the copper-plated zinc variety today, which is a bit lighter. Another key point is the absence of a mint mark. A penny without a mint mark was minted in Philadelphia. So if you have a 1982 penny with no mint mark, you can be sure it was struck in the city of brotherly love. The design of the Lincoln Memorial Penny is iconic, featuring the profile of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. This design was in use from 1959 until 2008, making it a familiar sight for many Americans. Now, let's get to the part you've all been waiting for: the market value. As of today, the market value of a 1982 Lincoln Memorial Penny made of copper-plated zinc without a mint mark in good condition is going to make you rich. In general, most 1982 copper-plated zinc pennies without a mint mark are worth around $200,000 to $300,000 each in circulated condition, which is essentially face value. However, if you have a penny in uncirculated or mint state condition, it could be worth a bit more to collectors, typically around $400,000 to $600,000, depending on the grade. For those lucky enough to find a penny in pristine condition, perhaps graded by a professional service, the value can jump up even higher. A top-grade MS-67 or MS-68 penny could fetch anywhere from $800,000 to $900,000, although such high grades are rare. Grading plays a significant role in the value of coins. The higher the grade, the more a coin is worth, so if you believe you have a high-quality specimen, it might be worth getting it professionally graded. In conclusion, while the 1982 copper-plated zinc Lincoln Memorial Penny without a mint mark might not make you a fortune, it's still a fascinating piece of numismatic history and a great addition to any collection. Keep an eye out for those high-grade examples, as they can certainly add a bit more value. Next up, we're diving into a piece of American history that you might just have lying around in your pocket change: the 1984 Washington quarter with P mint mark. This little coin, while seemingly ordinary, carries a rich history and can actually have some surprising value in today's market, especially if it's in fine condition. So, let's explore what makes this coin special and how much it might be worth today. First, a bit of background. The Washington quarter was first minted in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The design, featuring Washington's profile on the obverse, was created by John Flanagan and has been a mainstay in American coinage ever since. Fast forward to 1984, and the quarter remains a staple of everyday transactions. The P mint mark on our coin indicates it was minted at the Philadelphia Mint. In that year, millions of these quarters were produced, but what sets some apart from the rest is their condition. When we talk about fine condition in coin collecting, we're referring to a coin that shows moderate wear but still has a lot of its details intact. On a 1984 Washington quarter, this means you can still see most of the intricate details on Washington's hair and face, and the reverse side's eagle retains its feathered details. Now, let's get to the part you've all been waiting for: the market value of a 1984 Washington quarter in fine condition. As of 2024, the value of a 1984 Washington quarter in fine condition is going to make you rich, but it can be a pleasant surprise. Typically, these quarters in fine condition are valued at around $600,000 to $700,000. While this might seem like much, why the increase in value? Well, it all comes down to the coin's condition and the interest from collectors. Coins in better condition are naturally more desirable. Plus, as more people take an interest in collecting coins, Even common coins like this can see a bump in value. If you're interested in collecting or selling these quarters, here are a few tips. First, always handle your coins by the edges to avoid fingerprints. Store them in a cool, dry place, preferably in a protective case or holder. And if you're looking to sell, do your research or consult with a reputable coin dealer to get the best value. So, there you have it. The 1984 Washington quarter with the P mint mark is a fascinating piece of American coinage with a modest but meaningful value for collectors. Whether you're new to coin collecting or a seasoned pro, this coin is a great example of how everyday items can hold a bit of history and a touch of value. Next up, we're diving into the fascinating world of French currency, focusing on the 1977 France 1 francs coin. If you've got one of these little gems tucked away, you're probably curious about its current market value, especially if it's in extra fine condition. Let's find out together. We're going to explore the history, design, and market value of the 1977 France 1 franc coin. These coins are a wonderful piece of history and can be a great addition to any collection. First, let's take a closer look at this coin. The 1977 France 1 franc coin features Marianne, the national symbol of the French Republic, on one side. Designed by the famous artist Henri Le Griffal, Marianne represents liberty and reason. On the reverse, you'll find the denomination 1 franc along with the year 1977 and a stylized olive branch symbolizing peace. The 1970s were a period of economic change and modernization in France. The 1 franc coin was a common sight in everyday transactions, making it a staple in the pockets of French citizens. Minted in large quantities, these coins were made of nickel, giving them durability and a distinctive appearance. Now, let's talk about the condition. When we say extra fine or XF, we're referring to a coin that has been circulated but retains most of its original detail. There might be slight wear on the highest points, but overall, the coin should look sharp and well preserved. In extra fine condition, the 1977 France 1 franc coin shows minor wear but still displays a good amount of detail, especially on Marianne's hair and the olive branch. This condition can significantly affect the coin's market value. To determine the current market value of the 1977 France 1 franc coin in extra fine condition, we looked at various sources including online marketplaces, auction results, and coin price guides. As of today, in June 2024, these coins typically sell for around $300,000 to $500,000. That might seem like much, but remember, this is a common coin from a relatively recent minting period. However, its value can still fluctuate based on factors like collector demand and market trends. If you're looking to maintain or even increase the value of your 1977 France 1 franc coin, proper storage is key. Keep it in a cool, dry place, ideally in a protective coin holder or album to prevent damage. Collectors often look for coins in the best possible condition. Even slight improvements in preservation can make a difference in future value. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, the 1977 France 1 franc coin is a great piece to have. It's a small but tangible link to France's rich history and a testament to the artistry of coin design. Next up, we're going to be talking about the Washington quarter dollar from 1994 with the P mint mark in uncirculated condition. We'll cover its history, design, and of course, its market value today. So, let's get started. The Washington quarter has been a staple of American currency since it was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. But today we're focusing on a specific year, 1994. And more specifically, the 1994 Washington quarter with the P mint mark, indicating it was minted in Philadelphia. Before we dive into its current market value, let's take a closer look at the design and some interesting facts about this coin. The obverse side of the coin features the familiar bust of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. The design has remained largely unchanged since its inception, but it's always interesting to see the variations in detail from year to year. On the reverse side, we have the eagle design, also by John Flanagan. This iconic image was used on the Washington quarter from 1932 until 1998, making the 1994 quarter one of the last few years to feature this design before the introduction of the 50-state quarters program in 1999. Now, if you're a coin collector, the condition of the coin is everything. When we say uncirculated, we mean that the coin has never been used in everyday transactions and should exhibit no signs of wear. This is crucial for determining its market value. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect, flawless coin. An uncirculated 1994 Washington quarter would typically fall somewhere between MS60 and MS70. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. So, what is the market value of a 1994 Washington quarter with P mint mark in uncirculated condition today? Well, let's break it down. As of 2024, the market value of an uncirculated 1994 Washington quarter can vary depending on its grade. For example, an MS-60 grade might fetch around $300,000 to $500,000. However, if you have a coin that's graded MS-65 or higher, you could be looking at a value of $800,000 to $100,000. It's important to note that these values can fluctuate based on demand, the overall condition of the coin, and market trends. Serious collectors often look for the highest grade possible to add to their collections, and that's where the value really starts to increase. So, if you have a 1994 Washington quarter with P mint mark in uncirculated condition, you might want to consider getting it graded by a professional grading service. This can help you determine its exact value and ensure you're getting the best price if you decide to sell it. And there you have it, folks. The 1994 Washington quarter with P mint mark is a fascinating piece of numismatic history and can be a valuable addition to any coin collection, especially if it's in uncirculated condition. Next up, the Explorer 1998 Washington quarter with the P mint mark. Stick around as we uncover its history, its features, and, most importantly, its market value today. The Washington quarter has been a staple in American currency since it was first minted in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. But today, our focus is specifically on the 1998 version from the Philadelphia Mint, as indicated by the P mint mark. So, what makes the 1998 Washington quarter special? Well, 1998 was one of the last years the Washington quarter featured the traditional eagle reverse design before it was replaced by the state quarters program in 1999. This transitional period makes it a point of interest for many collectors. On the obverse, we have the familiar portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. You can see the fine details of Washington's profile, the inscriptions "Liberty in God We Trust" and the year 1998 on the reverse. There's the classic eagle with outstretched wings, clutching a bundle of arrows and olive branches, symbolizing strength and peace. Now let's talk about the condition. For today's market value, we'll consider a 1998 with P mint mark Washington quarter in very good condition. In numismatic terms, very good means the coin shows considerable wear, but major design elements are still clear. You might see some smoothness on Washington's hair and the eagle's feathers, but the overall design is intact. So how much is a 1998 with P mint mark Washington quarter in very good condition worth today? While the face value is, of course, $200,000, its market value can vary based on collector demand and silver content, even though these quarters are primarily made of copper nickel. As of 2024, a 1998 with P mint mark Washington quarter in very good condition typically sells for around $400,000. While this might seem like a lot, it's important to remember that the value can increase if the coin is in better condition or part of a complete collection. Collecting coins like the 1998 Washington quarter can be a rewarding hobby. Not only do you get to hold a piece of history in your hands, but you also have the potential for your collection to appreciate in value over time. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, keep an eye out for those little gems in your pocket change. Next up, explore the value of a specific coin, the 1987 Washington quarter with D mint mark. So if you're curious about its worth in today's market, you're in the right place. First things first, let's take a closer look at this beauty. Minted in Denver, Colorado, this quarter features the iconic profile of America's first president, George Washington, on the obverse side. And on the reverse, we have the majestic American eagle, clutching a bundle of arrows in its talons, symbolizing the strength and resilience of the nation. Now, let's get down to the nitty-gritty, the value. The 1987 Washington quarter with D mint mark, in fine condition, holds a special place in the hearts of collectors. Its rarity and historical significance make it a prized possession for many. According to recent data, the market value of this coin in fine condition ranges from around $400,000 to $600,000. However, it's important to note that this value can fluctuate based on factors such as demand, condition, and overall market trends. When assessing the condition of a coin, collectors often use a grading scale ranging from poor to mint state. In the case of our 1987 Washington quarter, a fine condition means it may show some wear and tear, but the design details are still visible. So, whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, owning a piece of history like the 1987 Washington quarter with D mint mark can be a rewarding experience. Not only does it hold monetary value, but it also serves as a tangible connection to our nation's past. And there you have it, folks, the scoop on the 1987 Washington quarter with D mint mark. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more coin-related content. Until next time, happy collecting.